Yeah, what's up, Doc? Not Doc Rivers. After breaking news late last night out of the NBA, Doc Rivers has been officially let go or is stepping down as the Milwaukee Bucks head coach. This is a move that's been long projected and long awaited. Doc Rivers should have never have had the head coaching job anyway. Adrian Griffin, who was the head coach a couple years ago, fired after being 30-13 unceremoniously, mostly due to Giannis's hand. Was fired. Doc Rivers had the job there for the past 2 seasons. The team is just completely imploded. Some of it, the Dame Lillard injury, some of it is just roster makeup, the roster aging out, trading certain guys. But nonetheless, Doc Rivers was definitely not cut out for this job. It's amazing how a man can continuously flop but seem to fall into another coaching job. So be that as it may, Doc Rivers is now out in Milwaukee. We will see who they bring in.
All right, so we don't really need to know the whole script, but Doc Rivers stepping down as Milwaukee Bucks head coach after a 32-win, 50-loss season that snapped a 9-year playoff streak. And, we'll at the end result of all this, too, we'll have to see what happens with Giannis Antetokounmpo as well. Um, you know, will he end up on another team eventually? We'll have to see. I'm going to show you how all this stuff with all of these trending stories, how it all balances out. So you can see he's got the name Doc, right? Which that's, a nickname or whatever. His name's Glenn Anton Doc Rivers. So Doc's a nickname, but he goes by Doc, okay? That's like doctor. We just had Dr. Martin Luther King. His death anniversary was just over a week ago, okay? It's amazing that he sympathized with the 76ers and Joel Embiid. He used to coach the 76ers, but Joel Embiid is trending because he has like appendicitis or whatever. I believe that's what it is. But I made the story and I did the decode. You got to go watch it. Look at the Sixers head coach. It's Nick Nurse. Right? So Nick Nurse, nurse like doctor. You see that? Nick Nurse, coach of the Sixers. Joel Embiid trending. Remember, he's African as well with all of this like race stuff going on with black people, right? Africa Bambaataa dying. Afro Man trending. Again, Martin Luther King's death date anniversary was April 4th, just recently. So Doc, you get Nick Nurse, 76ers connection with Doc Rivers, who used to coach there. Dr. Dre has the 182 birthday, the 18th day of the second month. And Rivers said Monday that he's stepping down 182 days after his birthday. 182, like Dr. Dre's birthday. 182. So you get another connection to Doctor here. I have truly loved my time in Milwaukee, Rivers said Monday in a statement released by the team. Coming back to where I got my start, to a city that has always embraced me, has been a privilege. I am disappointed that things did not turn out the way, and whatever it was going to say, any of us imagined or whatever, right? 32 wins, 50 loss season. Look at this huge doctor connection. Isn't that amazing? You get Dr. Dre in the mix now, all just by the language. You get a Nick Nurse connection on top of that. That 182 is wild with Dr. Dre. Doc Rivers. Look at the score. This is back to that. The last game was even against Philadelphia with that Embiid connection. Look at that. Embiid is trending. Let me pull it up. Where's it at? Look right here. Joel Embiid has appendectomy, leaving former MVP's status for postseason in doubt. You know? So, again, and even basketball's got the 68. Africa Bambaataa dies at age 68. Right? So, this Dr. Martin Luther King connection, right? Civil rights. Dude dies at 68 there. Remember, Martin Luther King Jr. died in 1968. So, and then his last game against the 76ers, and he used to coach the Sixers. Now he's stepping down for Milwaukee. And look at that 81 connection. Glenn Anton Rivers. 81 in the language. Okay? Joel Embiid's full name equals 81. Kobe Bean Bryant equals 81. You got Doc Rivers. Rivers is like Lakers. Kobe Bryant played for the Lakers. And you see that 126 connection there, Kobe's death date. Kobe Bryant was born in Philadelphia. Look at the script right here. Look at the script. And you get remember Kobe had the 81 points in a game. Rivers, again, like Lakers. You see that 24 connection? That's from the Embiid breakdown. I screenshot and I just placed it in this decode to show you how these stories just carry over like that. Right? Even Austin Rivers, Doc Rivers' son, his birthday is August 1st, 8/1. 81, look. And that's 23 days before, or that's 22 days before Kobe Bryant's birthday. Okay? Kobe Bryant. Basketball equals 22. Right? Look at the script. You get the 81. Right? Doc Rivers' full name, 81. His son's birthday, 8/1. Same month as Kobe. All of these teams he's been on, this probably all connects as well. April 13th. Right? Even the Sixers played the Rockets. The team announced that the surgery with Embiid has been completed. So that's the Houston connection right there. With Austin Rivers, I don't know where he is now, but Doc Rivers equals 113 like Kobe Bryant in the language. To go with April 13, with this announcement he's stepping down, 13 like 113, and that's the 103rd day of the year. like 13. You get 13s all across the board with Kobe's career. Notice how the Rockets scored 113 points in that game against the Sixers, Doc Rivers' former team. Isn't that incredible? Remember, the National Basketball Association equals 113. Michael Jordan equals 113. Last game against the 76ers in his career was Michael Jordan. 76ers. Michael Jordan equals 76. It's this code right here, and it's a fact. This is like one of the best things I've ever came across. This is the code right here. 4 base ciphers with the language. Right? You know, isn't that amazing? Letters converted to numbers. There's that basketball 68 and 22 I mentioned right there. Completely incredible. 4 base ciphers with the language. And that's a big part of what I use to show this script. Oh, look over here. There was even a Glenn Robinson, American former basketball player for the Bucks, like Glenn, Anton, Doc Rivers. Look at that. Glenn. Now you get Rivers, who was coaching the Bucks. Now he's stepping down. Glenn. You see that? Even Glenn Robinson had 13 on his jersey. Glenn Big Dog Robinson, right? I think that was his nickname. He even had 13 on his jersey. Wow.
Well. Looks like Mr. Google Me is out of yet another coaching job. Now, this was under his own volition. He'll still get paid for the rest of his contract, but he stepped away because he just ain't got it no more. Players ain't listening to him. He done came in and made Milwaukee a mess, and it ended just like all his other stints. Robinson team just giving up. In his 3
And that's just a part of the script. And, shame on this guy for thinking it's real.
seasons, man, this man went 97 and 103, under 500.
Oh, he had 103 losses with the Bucks. Look at that. There's the 103. And this announcement on the 103rd day of the year. Come on, man. And this announcement on the 103rd day of the year.
Well, out of the playoffs, which is absolutely ridiculous when you have Giannis on your roster. You got to make a way. Yet somehow this bum has been voted into the Hall of Fame as
Oh, look, even Giannis has the 126 birthday. Look, 126, 12th month, 6th day. Look at that. Even Giannis with the Bucks with the 126 Kobe connection. Remember, Kobe's daughter's name was Gianna, which is like Giannis. Oh, and the Lakers used to be in Minneapolis. Oh, okay. I guess that doesn't really connect. But Minneapolis, you get the M like Milwaukee. Remember Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Wasn't he on Milwaukee and then went to the Lakers? There's the 126 connection right there. Look. Bam. Giannis with the 12-6 birthday. Kobe with the 126 death date. January 26, right? Doc Rivers. Man. Embiid's full name, 126. That's wild. Giannis with the connection right there, man. You can see the trending right here. Did I mention Doc Rivers born 10/13, which is like 113, which is like 13? Look, October 13. Born in Chicago. Remember, Michael Jordan equals 113, right? And Doc Rivers' birthday 13 days before Michael Jordan's debut anniversary with the Chicago Bulls. M is the 13th letter of the alphabet for Michael. Michael M, Milwaukee M. Look at this huge connection here, right? An NBA player for 14 seasons, Doc Rivers, on an NBA All-Star. He was an NBA All-Star, was named one of the 15 greatest coaches in NBA history. How many teams did Doc Rivers coach? We got that 76ers connection, 5 different teams. Clippers, Celtics, Magic, Sixers, and now Bucks. He's won an NBA championship with the Celtics in 2008. I forgot all of these teams he was on. Wild, man. Yeah, this, just ridiculous, man. Insane how this script plays out. Oh, even Dr. Jerry Buss. Remember the Buss family was owners of the Lakers. I think they sold recently. But it was the Buss family. And you got, it starts with Dr. Jerry Buss. And you see that Kobe connection with the Lakers. That's another doctor to go with the Dr. Dre connection, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. connection, head coach of the 76ers, Nick Nurse like doctor. Wow. It's wild. I'm looking and I see all of these other connections here still. But it's like, wow, what do we do here? I mean, this is such a scripted world. So I don't know who the next head coach will be. A 32-50 season, snapping a run of 9 straight playoff appearances. Is Giannis a free agent yet? Or what? No. He is under contract with the Bucks for the 26-27 season, holds a player option. He'll end up somewhere else. Don't be surprised if he ends up with the Lakers, right? Or I don't know. I'm just naming big teams. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't follow the league or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised you could see him with the Knicks or the Warriors. Who knows? Maybe he'll go to the 76ers. Absolutely wild. So Doc Rivers stepping down as Bucks head coach. Complete script. And I'll be back soon within the next couple of videos with the WNBA draft decode, primarily focusing on Azzi Fudd, who I believe was drafted number 1. So I already have that basically put together. The Dallas Wings. It looks like she connects with her former teammate at UConn, Connecticut. So she connects with Paige Beckers, it looks like, in Dallas, former teammate in college. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.